This is the best part of the new Nethergames update. We got slime blocks! And I mean, sure, we got new maps for every relevant game mode, but come on. Slime blocks! But all this talk about the new maps has left me with one question. Why do you guys hate me? That was supposed to be a joke. That was the only non-serious answer I gave, because all the other ones were actually things I was thinking of, but designing my own map is just, that sounds like a horrible idea. I mean, it's one thing to copy somebody else's map and just rebuild it in a different world, but thinking of my own? Like that, I'm not creative enough to do that. And I really wasn't lying when I said I had no ideas. And after seeing these maps come out, it's kind of got me worried because these ones are like on another tier of maps. I feel like they're so much better than the old ones. I feel like that's because they break a lot of the old tropes that the old ones kind of went by. I mean, this is a great example, Pyramid. It's a 4 iron rush. That's never been heard of. There's been 12 iron rushes, but there's never been a 4. It's crazy. It sounds like a horribly I don't know. I kind of died there and I lost my train of thought. I mean, when I first heard about it, it sounded like a horribly great idea, but after playing it, it's really fun. It just breaks up the games, because not every game is going to be the same, because before, every map was just a 32 rush. And now it's just not like that. Did I just lose this game? That timing was perfect, okay. But yeah, these games are going to be different. I mean, it's not going to be the same 32 rush. This is going to be a little bit of a sweatier map, I think. And another thing that's different between some of these new maps is mid. I like how mid is split up because before everything was kind of flat, and now, like, look at that. We got elevation. First of all, that looks cool, and second of all, I think it adds another. Now you're probably wondering how these new maps have anything to do with me building my own map. And it really has nothing to do with it. I just needed a title, okay? Now the one thing that has to do with these new maps is the inspiration I got. Because as Pyramid is to Wild West, I kind of want to do the same thing for Futuristic. Wild West has always been one of my least favorite maps. And for the same reason of Futuristic with that stupid ring design. I mean, Wild West isn't as bad as Futuristic, but it had the same sort of problems. And even with the same block palette, there's a night and day difference between Pyramid and Wild West, and I kind of want to do the same for Futuristic. With these new maps, I feel like some of the old maps, like Wild West and Futuristic, kind of get outshone because, I mean, even geometry I think is stunning. So I think trying to give the Futuristic theme a second light in Nethergames would be pretty interesting to see. Did you really... I ran all the way across the map just for you to fall into the void. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a good idea? I mean, I left the choice up to you guys before, and that seems to be a bad idea because I'm kind of regretting it already. So what do you guys think? Is that something you'd be interested in? I'm stumbling over my words. I'm sorry. I'm stumbling over my words, saying I'm stumbling over my words. This is going to be a great recording. Now, if I do decide to try and like remake Futuristic in my own sort of way, don't expect that to be coming out anytime soon, because that's probably going to take a while. First of all, like thinking of an idea, because I don't have one. I just have a sort of theme idea, and actually putting it into blocks is going to take a while, and then editing it, that takes a while. I think my last video is just proof of that. But yeah, just don't expect it to be coming out for a while if I end up deciding to do that. And there's a good possibility that I'll just end up doing rebuilding more Nethergames maps videos, because you know what? I kind of know what I'm doing for those now, sort of, not really. I don't know, I wing it. But I like to think I know what I'm doing a little bit better in those videos, so they're fun to make, and I sort of know what I'm doing. So if worst comes to worst, I'll release one of those instead. But ever since I started doing these rebuilding Nethergames maps videos, I've always wanted to try and design my own Bedwars map. One, it sounds cool, it sounds like fun, and it would be a challenge. And two, I like Bedwars, maps are cool. And if I could build one, that's cooler. Good logic, right? I think it's pretty solid logic. You know what? My gameplay right there was not very solid, but we ignore that. Okay, I know I'm not commentating on this one, but let's say it. Not even close. Oh, where did you come from? Now, I must say, this is gotta be my favorite map out of the new ones, and it rivals Wilderness for me, which is kind of crazy to think. Wilderness has been my favorite map for like over a year, so just like thinking that there's even a rival to it is weird to think of, But I just love this map. It's great. I mean, just look at the detail. But yeah, this is probably my favorite map of the new ones, and it's just, there's so many ins and outs. It's great. I think I'm describing everything as great, but it's just because it is. I mean, this entire update is great. You can't say anything bad about it, I don't think. But I mean, you got an exit out the back. You got an exit in the roof. You can jump the ledge, I think. Mid has 2 layers, and even then you have like an exit out the side on the corners. It's just so intricate. I love it. I mean, you even got the little islands on the side there, which I love. They don't add much, but I love them. And this map is probably one of the main reasons why I'm kind of getting back into Bed Wars, because I'm gonna be honest, the past like 4-ish months, I haven't really been playing that much. And it was less to do about burnout and more to do about time. But over time that I wasn't playing Bed Wars was burnout, but I've been saying time a lot, so it makes it sound like it was time, but I'm also trying to make it sound like it was burnout, so I'm confused on what I'm saying now. You know what I mean. But now I'm like forcing myself to find the time because I'm genuinely enjoying playing the game, and it's kind of made me decide to like make a goal to force myself even more to play Bed Wars, because that sounds like a great idea. I want to hit 3,500 solo wins, which for me is probably a lot, and for the average player is a decent bit. I don't know how that ranks to other people's goals, so yeah, but I want to hit 3,500 wins before the end of the year, which basically means I need like 100 wins a week. And that should be pretty easy, especially on a map like this, because the island's pretty small. I think I can hit this guy off if I'm not bad, which I am very bad. Wow. Okay, you know what? We don't even notice how low I am. We just ignore that. I think we can just cut that part. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to see that. Let's just cut that. Yeah, that didn't really happen, did it? Okay. Do I have enough blocks? This is the question. I do. I didn't even need that last one. I had more than enough. Sweet. Sir, goodbye. Please don't have endstone. Good. Can I get the bed? Sweet. Oh, you want to fight fire with fire? I'm down for that. And we both did absolutely nothing to each other. Okay, let's just go in and murder this man. You're alive. You're supposed to die of fall damage, but I guess that works. I'm going to be honest, this wasn't the most planned video in the world. Mostly going off the whole like new Nethergames maps, clickbait type stuff. Well, not really clickbait. I mean, I'm showing most of them. It's not clickbait, right, guys? But yeah, this is kind of going off the new Nethergames map stuff. I don't know. I kind of wanted to do a video on it, but kind of not. Kind of didn't want to, but I did because, you know, views are cool. We like views. And also, it's kind of what got me to 700 subscribers. That stream, which did stupidly well, and I thank everyone for coming out. I'm sorry I'm bad at reading chat. And one of the things that came up during the stream was just the time it's been since we've gotten new maps. Because I think Christ said it's been almost a year since we've gotten new maps, which is just crazy to think of. I thought it was like 4 months, but it's been like a year. Candyland was released in December. It's almost November. Now, if you like these maps as much as I do, I suggest you go watch this stream. It's the one I was referencing before, and it was my first impressions of the new map. And also, Christ was there in the chat.